What it do? It's DOA. DOA, niggas. With another episode of Putting It Together. Had to comment on Gillie the Kid and Wallo, man, and that $1 million worth of game podcast. It's just gone too far, bro. I guess they using Wallo and Gillie the Kid as some new gatekeepers. Kind of on that Cameron Mace type tip, which I'll probably have to make a separate video on Cameron and Mace, man. They just goofy, man. All that laughing, chuckling, yucking it up shit. Like, I just, them niggas, man. But on Gillie the Kid, man, it's like, this is just ridiculous, man. First of all, they got Gillie the Kid in there as an American, bro. Any nigga with two eyes can see Gillie the Kid is not no damn American. Gillie the Kid is an Ethiopian. Another one of them Nipsey Hussle type 42 fake outs that they love running on you niggas, where they bring in a true African American, and let them be the spokesperson for the hood. Like, Gillie the Kid, man, you are not like us. Like, they not like us, bro. I already told y'all that blacks is the real Aboriginal Americans. We the real Aboriginal Americans, so there are some stark differences between us and African Americans. We're not that. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because you see Africa, the culture in Africa has never been able to properly mimic black American culture. And they would have you to believe that, quote unquote, blacks was brought here off of boats, and then the culture evolved to what it is now, where we got Michael Jordan, the icon, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, all the Mikes. You know what I'm saying? It's really Africans that just evolved into what they are now. So these niggas was once Africans, and now you got these icons. But why ain't Africa itself ain't giving us no icon like that in all these years? You know what I'm saying? It's like they want you to believe, and then they'll give you this shit. They'll give you this take where, oh well, you know those Africans, they got raped by the whites, so they got some white in them. We all got some white in us because of the raping and slavery. Like, man, beat it with that shit. Beat it with the dumb shit, man. For real. We just not the same. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle, I don't give a damn how many red flags, blue flags this nigga hung out his pocket. Like, bro, that don't make you no American black. Not no American black, bro. And you a bad look for the culture when you really get down to it. Just going along with this gang shit and all of that. But Gillie the Kid, man, he's in here. He's another imposter. He's an imposter. He's an Ethiopian, for real. At the end of the day, he's really an Ethiopian, and he's out here acting like he's the pulse of the streets. You know what I'm saying? I just watched that $1 Million Games interview with Corey Holcomb, and you can see how these niggas have been giving their money to do work for the machine. Now, a lot of people like Charleston White, you had Charleston White and a lot of other people have claimed that Gillie the Kid sacrificed his son to get that bread and to get that notoriety on his podcast like they have today. I don't know if that's true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it's not, and I'm not going to say that it is, because that really ain't got a lot to do with my take on Gillie the Kid right now. But what I will say is, they didn't give him that money for nothing. They gave him that money so he'll turn tricks for their ass. And I think Gillie the Kid, if you just look at him and the decisions he's made in his career thus far, um, he seems like he'll do anything for the money. I did watch a little interview with Gillie the Kid. I can't remember. I think it was with Shannon Sharp, maybe. And they was talking about, Shannon Sharp was saying, you know, don't you, as being a ghostwriter or part of the music industry for a point in time, don't you feel like this culture that you claim have killed your son, taken your son away, this little urban rap type culture or whatever, don't you feel like y'all helped create that culture? And Gillie the Kid backpedaled away from that shit, claiming that in his time in rap, they wasn't all about the violence and all of that. They was really just about getting money.
These kids don't know no better.
Right.
These kids actually think that you can't make it as a rapper unless you killed somebody. Unless you did something out here in these streets. This is the mindset.
Yeah. Why is the rap, why is that glamorized? Why is going to jail, or I pull that iron out, I put that stick on something, why is that glamorized?
I have no idea. I told you when I was young, we glamorized the person that was getting money, the hustler. That's why rap names was like Gotti. Rap games, it was always somebody that was getting some money. Now, it don't be about no money or nothing. They'll kill you about an Instagram post.
Right.
Whereas these new kids is on the drill shit and all of that, and they feel like killing people and killing is giving you credentials and building up your stock out here. If you really out here killing people, they want to spend on niggas. They want to, you know, they want to spend on niggas just for the fame. But you had niggas like Gillie, and if Gillie's claim is true that he wrote a bunch of shit for Cash Money and Lil Wayne, it's like all you heard from Lil Wayne was some mob shit. They was all about that mob shit. And in mob shit, it ain't just about getting money, man. Mobsters was killing niggas and whacking niggas like crazy, too. They was whacking their own kind. You know what I'm saying? Whacking niggas is a part of mob culture. So how he tried to absolve himself from the propagation of this mentality that came full circle and kind of claimed his son is crazy to me. It was cap in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you gotta take accountability, nigga. You out here and you promote goofy shit that will lead to niggas' demise. You know what I'm saying? Cause you'll do anything for a bag. You was writing them raps for a bag, you know what I'm saying? Coming up with this goofy shit for other niggas to say for the bag, and now you doing shit like the Corey Holcomb interview for the bag. It was like, I felt like it was disrespect to Corey Holcomb because they supposed to be interviewing him. They supposed to be talking about his life, his come up, his career. You know what I'm saying? Picking his brain on different shit. But you could see in the interview that they really just wanted to police Corey Holcomb for Less Hilarious and Ashy Larry, you know what I'm saying, and other people who Corey Holcomb had called out in the past for being on silly shit, on like, for being on ignorant shit, like Less Hilarious, being out here naked with your son. It's thought behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's really disgraceful, and it shows what kind of tackhead chick that Less Hilarious is. I felt Corey Holcomb on that. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't see her having the level of talent that would justify her level of notoriety. You know? Like she's I guess a comedian that's not that funny, and she's not great at reporting news. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like on that tip. But what she will do is mutilate her body and be like a spokeswoman for all the ignorant shit that black women do that is not good for our culture. Running around with some big long ass fake ass Chinese nails on, Vietnam fucking nails on, and just really showing a lack of self-respect out here. Wearing the skankiest shit, talking like an ignorant chick. You know what I'm saying? This is all shit that Les Hilarious do that Corey Holcomb kind of called her out on. And they tried to check Corey Holcomb when he make his normal joke calling her less hilarious. They was like, nah, we not doing that. Like, they was gonna gang up on him. Okay, like, bro, don't bring me on a platform and you know how I talk and you gonna act like I can't say what I normally would say. That's policing me, nigga. You don't bring me on a platform to police me. If you invited me here, then you invited me here for what I am. You can't censor me. Bring me on here like you gon' wag your finger and you gon', you know what I'm saying, punish me for the way that I communicate. Like, nah, that ain't how shit's supposed to go down. Then when he was trying to talk about folks having to turn tricks to get a certain level of notoriety and fame in the game and the machine, they was trying to shut that down. They was trying to dance around it and shut that down. You had Wallo, who made a joke that Gillie had went to these parties, which probably really wasn't a joke. It was probably more of an admission. But of course, you got Gillie laughing like Mason Cameron, trying to laugh off the truth and shit. You know what I'm saying? Being real goofy. But yeah, that was like, they was trying to shut down Corey talking about niggas having to open their back door to get in through the front door. You know what I'm saying? Of the game, of the business. And yeah, kind of trying to belittle his points that in his experience out in Hollywood, he sees the niggas have to jump through these hoops to get to a certain level in the game. Like, as if his take on it isn't valid. You know what I'm saying? Then they end up calling Ashley Larry on the phone, and they over there cackling, kind of lightweight, trying to support Donnell Rollins. That's Ashley Larry. They trying to support him in his take on Corey Holcomb, trying to like belittle Corey Holcomb. And it's like, bro, I thought it was disrespectful in itself. Like, don't call the op. Don't call my op on the phone, my nigga, when it's my time to shine. That was the disrespectful shit that Ashley Larry did in the beginning that Corey Holcomb didn't like. Like, nigga, you at my show and you trying to heckle me. As a fellow comedian, you in the crowd trying to heckle me. And you claim it's because I said something about Dave Chappelle, but I'm going to tell y'all, man, Dave Chappelle looked like he took a turn for the worse, bro. Dave Chappelle, we all know Dave Chappelle had that breakdown when he was doing the Chappelle show, and they offered him a whole bag of money, but he told us they was trying to control him and make him do some shit that he didn't feel comfortable with. Now, you know, I feel like they got Dave Chappelle, man. I feel like they ended up inking that deal to some degree and getting Dave Chappelle under their thumb. But you know, we can go into that later at a later date. But the thing is that you out here disrespecting me on behalf of another man who didn't feel like he needed to respond to me, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Just let it be what it is then. If Corey Holcomb said some shit about Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle didn't feel like Corey Holcomb deserved a response, but you out here using that situation to disrespect me, then I come on a daggone interview where it's supposed to be about me, and you niggas is bringing this man up to speak in my interview. Alright, man, that shit was disrespectful to me, and they said they was trying to squash it and bring peace to the situation, but nigga, we could do that off the camera. You don't put me on the spot, on the camera, to do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I see they got Gillie the Kid and Wallo up here like gatekeepers. I don't know if it's so much Wallo or if it's just Gillie, because Gillie got a checkered past, and we know Wallo went to prison or whatever. But it's like Gillie has that sold out smell to him. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better words, he got a smell like he sold out. And you see his takes on Shedeur Sanders and calling that shit racism because he didn't get picked up, but he's not that talented. Like, nigga, real niggas know why he didn't get picked up. He's a distraction and he's not that good of a talent, but they got you out here with your big platform trying to hype up the narrative that it's racism and all of this. It's like they got Gillie as another cog in this fucking in the machine, bro. And you can see it. They don't give a nigga $100 million for being himself. Like, they just don't. They don't give you $100 million for being yourself unless yourself is a useful idiot. You know what I'm saying? Unless you already by nature is a nigga who's bad for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So I think we just beginning to see the tip of the iceberg with Gillie. We also saw that shit with Cam Newton when he brought Corey Holcomb on. Cam Newton was trying to tear down Corey Holcomb's reputation because he's truthful about how he deals with women. Meanwhile, Cam Newton is a real deal womanizer on some other shit, but was trying to make it look like Corey Holcomb is committing a heavier sin or whatever by the way he's treating women, when really Corey Holcomb's got a lot more rational explanation for the way he deals with women than Cam Newton does. Cam Newton's a dog, but he wants to parade out here like he's a preacher. You know what I'm saying? But behind closed doors, he's really a dog and a nutcase. And it's like they got these niggas, these sexual miscreants out here policing those of us who's trying to really keep it real with our people, like a Corey Holcomb. And I ain't saying Corey Holcomb's perfect by no means, but I can see the genuineness in Corey Holcomb as opposed to these other dudes like Gillie the Kid or Cam Newton. You can smell the fraudulence on them, and you can see the willingness to do whatever for the coins. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it just was interesting because I watched that. I saw what Gillie said about Shedeur, which was disgusting. That was lies. That was some propaganda shit you try to feed the people. And then that interview just was the tipping point for me where I had to speak on it. And it was like, man, there was a self-serving interview on their behalf anyway, because it was like everything they was asking Corey Holcomb was rapping back to them being able to speak about themselves, where like they was talking about Corey played basketball when he was younger, then all of a sudden that turned into Gillie the Kid promoting his basketball game against Jeff Teague. So it turned into a promotion of Gillie the Kid. Yeah, bro, I was real good in basketball. He started tooting his own horn, then talking about how he was about to play Jeff Teague in a couple of days in 101 and what he was going to do to Jeff Teague and all this shit. It was like, it was a very self-serving interview. And then it also just had, like, they was like it was a punishment to Corey Holcomb. Like they brought him on here to take shots at his character and to try to check him on checking these other lame, corny ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want him to be able to check these corny motherfuckers, so they sent these two at him to try to straighten them up, scare him straight. But you know, as always, Corey Holcomb did a great job in the interview. Y'all should check. Well, you know, I hate to tell y'all to check it out because I don't want to promote $1 million worth of game any more than I have to. But you know, y'all gonna do what y'all do. Definitely check out the 5150 show though, where you can see Corey Holcomb in his raw form. You know what I'm saying? But just y'all be aware of these clown niggas who's useful idiots for the machine, like Gillie the Kid and them. But as always, man, it's a pleasure having y'all. Peace and love, love and light, wisdom and insight. It's DOA. We're putting it together to the next one. Peace.